Definitely. In fact, right now, Bertha, you can see 3 white notices on the front door right now. They all say that the 20-person concealed carry application limit has been met for the day. Problem is, they only take those applications in person Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 4. Well, it's not noon yet. That means those 20 people got here before sunrise just to get a number to try to get an application to get a permit. This is how the search for a developmentally disabled teen ends, with quick thinking by a fan of social media. We have new developments this morning in the frantic search in Boulder for a missing teenage girl. Aaron Huss has been found, helped in part by a man who used his personal news feed to make the right conclusion. It's believed that he's still in high elevation near Big Bear Lake. That's about 100 miles east and north of L.A., and it is snowing now. These are pictures from the L.A. Times that give you an idea how difficult this search is now. Right, Mitch and Bertha, we've got Luis Vasquez at 1 o'clock. We hope to hear from John Elway, Wes Welker later today at 3:32, but we just heard from one of the new faces of the team that gave up some 331 yards passing to Joe Flacco and the Ravens in that crushing home playoff loss on January 12th. Only 2 months later now, this team got a pretty big boost from a big, fast, experienced corner. We're live along Boulder Creek, and I just can't get enough of the shot. Take a look at this bridge. This is, as you head towards the Broadway Bridge, Dale and Kelly, just an incredible torrent of water. Definitely got some trouble with the railroad tracks. We just took some incredible video, Mike. I'll show you in a little bit. But we have a lot of activity now. It's been quiet here for several hours here near lines. But take a look at the State Patrol. We just had a CDOT truck. I don't know if you can see that snowplow. He has now been trying to sweep some of the water off of the road. All the activity that's going to be taking place here today is definitely going to bring smiles to the people who are here. Take a look at this. This is one of the many projects they will take part in. This is a center that just opened a few days ago. These are paper cranes they're going to make. They have a lot of service projects, a lot of things people can do to stay active and stay involved today and also come together. That's right. A lot of speculation and whispering, John. CU's to the point where they're laughing about it right now. But officially, the commissioner of the Big 12 doesn't seem sold at all on the idea of a full or a partial merger with the Pac-10, even if it might mean more TV revenue. The suspect in the high-profile death of a star athlete. Investigators arrested this man, 22-year-old Kevin McGregor, on complaints of first-degree murder. University of New Hampshire football player Todd Walker was escorting a girlfriend home early Friday morning when a robber confronted them and shot Walker. The girlfriend gave police a detailed description, though, down to the brand of jacket the gunman was wearing.
We had members of this community.
Detectives served a search warrant at Kevin Michael McGregor's house in Longmont and where he worked, this sandwich shop on University Hill, just a few blocks from where the shooting happened. Police say they found both the murder weapon and the jacket described by the woman. Denver police are looking for a mother who abandoned her newborn at a church. At 9 o'clock Friday night, children found a newborn boy in the sink of the women's restroom at St. Dominic's Catholic Church in West Denver. Police think the child had been born only 4 or 5 hours earlier. That baby is in fair condition at a local hospital, but the search continues now for the boy's mother.
Well, I would forgive her. That's the Christian way, you know.
The United States is launching against the regime of Muammar Gaddafi. More than 100 cruise missiles have been launched against Libyan air defenses in what the Pentagon calls Operation Odyssey Dawn. What started out as a no-fly zone over Libya has now expanded into a larger operation. The U.S. is among a coalition of 21 nations meeting in Paris that have decided on a more ambitious attack plan. ABC's TJ Winnick has details.
7 News.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Tyler Lopez in for Jim Hooley today.
And I am Dale Cedars. It is Sunday, hard to believe, already July 13th.
And it is, in fact, a special Sunday for you, BK, before kids.
It is. It is my last Sunday before kids, so let's start it off with our own Richard Ortner. Let's talk to him. I'm sure we'll probably be that family that has the season pass, heading out there, enjoying the rides.
Imagine how much fun you're going to have.
Oh, boy. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cleaning up for them after they touch stuff. Following them, getting them hot dogs and stuff.
And cotton candy, and their hands get all sticky.
Yep. And then they want to get in your car. That's the best part.
That's the best part of the festival.
Incredible scenes. Look at these branches here piled up against this picnic table. This is where people normally would have lunch, but look at all the floodwaters now. Toss the stick in there and it takes off towards that bridge. So this is the Broadway Bridge we've been showing you for a while. The water in some areas just inches from the top, actually hitting the top in the corners. But you can see this. This is normally where kids would come at lunchtime or during the day to play on this playground. But now the Boulder Creek has swollen out of its banks at least 20 feet to the south, it would appear, based on the steps. And you can see how fast it is moving right now. Boulder emergency management officials are being briefed right now about the possibility of whether or not anyone is missing. A few minutes ago, though, I spoke with them by the phone. They told me they did not have any active missing persons reports. We know the storm has already claimed 2 lives. So the concern this morning is that as this water rages, that someone might get too close. It's especially dangerous near that bridge, as we showed you before. But just look at that playground where kids would normally be using it, having some fun. Absolutely dangerous right now in the water, even beyond it, getting close to some of the buildings. That's what they're dealing with in Boulder. But that mist we had this morning is gone, and I see a little blue tint to the sky. It looks to the west like it's possible this might break up. We might actually see some sun today, and that's what police officers have been saying they need more than anything is a break from this rain. Back to you.
Tyler, what are things looking like this morning?
Boy, dramatically better now, Mitch. You can see the trees behind me not moving at all. There's essentially no wind, and as you look at the top of Bear Peak, there's really no evidence this fire is even burning. Of course, it still is. A lot of people here in Boulder say they hope to feel a little better, a little more relaxed today, but they're also coming up to us and expressing condolences for the people there in El Paso County after what they went through. I know the chief photographer there at KKTV lost his home. He's a friend of mine. A lot of people are feeling bad about that. And on Tuesday here in Boulder, there were moments where they feared a similar scene, especially 24 hours ago as the winds picked up. But today, so much better. No wind at all. And they've really made some progress thanks to better weather and hard work by those firefighters. Take a look at some video we shot yesterday. There still were some tense moments yesterday. We did see some flames, but the air attack was so intense with 5 helicopters, 3 heavy air tankers. They also dug a 3/4-mile line trench of fire line on the boundary to the Devil's Thumb neighborhood. So they kept this Flagstaff fire right where it was 24 hours ago, between 200 to 300 acres, now 30% contained. They also got some light rain in the afternoon yesterday. We're told that helped a lot, but the lightning also sparked 4 spot fires. They felt good enough, though, that at 7:15 they lifted 2,400 pre-evacuation notices that had gone out. So the folks here in South Boulder should feel better. Just asked to watch the skies as the day goes on. Now we've got a briefing here at 7:30 we're going to attend, and we expect to hear good news from firefighters as they look ahead to the rest of the week. Live in Boulder, Tyler Lopez, 7 News. And Bertha, you'll see why he's a brand new first-time father, very new. And he could tell the vehicle belonging to the man who lives here wasn't parked out front. He didn't think the family knew what was going on. He went into that burning home engulfed in flames 3 different times because he says if roles were reversed, he would hope that someone else would do the same for his own growing family. When I first arrived and started taking some video, I was shocked at how fast the flames were chewing this home up. A UPS driver had the same thoughts. Eric Valero shooting these images. Both of us worried if anyone was inside. Turns out we were late. Well behind Joel Heap, a new dad, here with his wife and 2-week-old baby girl, Rylin. Heap says the garage where the fire started was too hot, so he broke down the front door, scaring the woman inside. She's pregnant in her final trimester. She grabbed her 3-year-old daughter, Macy, and they all headed downstairs out the front door. But Heap wasn't done. He tells me he went back in twice to get the woman's dogs, Weimaraners, carrying one out while the other found its own way amid the ice and mounting fire trucks.
Ice conditions during the winters are always tough. It's about 17 degrees out here.
In fact, the ice slowed the response from a typical 7 minutes to 10. Much of the home appears destroyed 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's the second fire on this part of the street in the past 5 years.
We're in between two fires now. I'll be moving. No, I couldn't move. It's too close to the cul-de-sac now.
Neighbors caring for and caring about each other, even when, like Joel Heap, they have so much to lose. Joel Heap is a deputy in Elbert County. His brother is Shane Heap, the sheriff in Elbert County. Joel says he went to the hospital and doctors told him that constant cough he's dealing with should clear up in the next few days. He says the pregnant woman he helped get out of this house also should be okay. And I saw the little girl, the 3-year-old, earlier today. She looked a little shaken, but also looks like she's going to be okay. Live in Arapahoe County, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.
What a story. Thank you, Tyler.